Hello, we're Elliot and Sophie, and we're representing the UK and Bold Space. This is our 5-minute presentation for the ICCO World Cup. We recognise that this brief was incredibly varied, but to guarantee a successful uptake, we wanted to focus our idea into one of the channels we provided, being mental health. With this being such a prevalent issue that doesn't get the coverage it needs, we want to target industries in the most effective way by bringing the invisible to a visible place. The International SOS Foundation has the world's only IOSH certified duty of care training program, something that needs to be shouted about, but we won't be able to unless it's impactful and relevant to a specific audience. We'll have much more success in doing something honed to one industry than trying to reach several. And if we want to make an impact and make definite change, it can't be spread too thin.
So we have chosen to focus on the construction industry as it has the highest rate of mental health issues. But moving forward, we could see similar channels for other industries, including office workers, or even a campaign focusing on remote works at home. To generate the most exposure around this issue and make sure we're hitting the right target audience, we plan to launch our campaign at large construction expos across the world, where management and high decision makers will be from multiple businesses will be attending. Alongside that, we can launch our campaign at relevant and visible construction sites around the world, such as Big Ben, for example, which is currently under reconstruction. Doing this would generate conversation on social channels and increase press coverage for the foundation of how they are trying to help make changes in HSE.
So much of health and safety focuses on injury risks and the damage to our health. However, in the construction industry, the biggest killer is silent. In reality, it's suicide. Last year in the UK, 39 construction workers were killed following accidents on site, but 454 committed suicide, which is nearly 9 people per week. And that's data from a country trying to break the mental health stigma. Around the world, there is still a much bigger problem. In fact, over 5,000 construction workers take their lives each year. But in certain countries, whilst the problem is known, actual records of suicide is pretty much non-existent.
So for our first execution, we will display 454 pairs of workers' boots at UK construction expos to represent the number of workers who took their lives in the UK last year. Across the world, we will change the number of boots to match the figures to that country or estimated figures if the records aren't there. We want HR, HSE and business owners to stop and stare the problem in the face and make a change from it. Outside of expos, we can adapt the last injury signs you see at construction sites and modify all the info relating back to mental health, suicide prevention and how your foundation are able to support their community. We tactically place vans on big buildings like Hinkley Point C with big International SOS Foundation companies like scaffolding operating support and share it on social media to raise awareness of how mental health and issues in the industry.
This not only creates conversation at the heart of the problem, but also has the potential to generate a good amount of coverage through organic sharing online. The vans and signs will have links to the foundation so that management are able to get in contact and to begin helping their team's health and well-being. To spread the message further, we could put them outside journalist buildings to increase press coverage for the foundation. On social media as well, we'd like to create videos of mates at work trying to talk about their mental health, but they keep getting cut off by the noise of the work site. Each will be an internal monologue expressing how they're struggling and how they need more support in the industry to feel safer. We don't want to make assumptions, so we'll put out a survey to find out the biggest issues they face and use the answers to help write the scripts. This means that the videos from each country will reflect the relevant problems that they are facing.
To finish, as a LinkedIn DM, we will send management sorry for your lost cards. They will be addressed to members of HR about the current rate of suicides in construction. Or for business owners, there could be an alternative message around the idea that as well as a loss of colleague, suicide and absence due to mental health has a significant financial knock-on effect too, something a business owner would want to limit as much as possible.
All of our executions speak directly to the target audience and make it impossible to ignore, whether that's literally in front of them at expos, at their place of work, or tactically shown to them on LinkedIn. The added benefit is that this idea can be rolled out globally at any construction expo long term and easily shared through social media in a short-term response. It also allows us to gain some really great PR coverage and earn media as our idea cuts through the more traditional health and well-being campaigns. By focusing at each industry at a time, we can put those skills to even better use and begin to make long-lasting, successful HSE changes in the places that need it most. Thank you very much for your time.